Akira receives a prize at a science fair for having the most informative project. Her trophy is in the shape of a square pyramid and is covered in shiny gold foil. So this is what her trophy looks like. How much gold foil did it take to cover the trophy, including the bottom? And so they give us some dimensions, and we want how much gold foil, and it's in inches squared, so it's really going to be an area. So pause this video and see if you can figure that out. How much gold foil did it take to cover the trophy? All right, now let's work through this together. And so essentially what they're asking is, what is the surface area of this square pyramid? And we're going to include the base, because that surface area is how much, it's the area of the gold foil that is needed. Now, sometimes some of you might be able to think about this just by looking at this figure, but just to make sure we don't miss any area, I'm going to open up this square pyramid and think about it in 2 dimensions. So what we're going to do is imagine if I were to unleash, or if I were to cut the top, and let me do this in red. If I were to cut this edge, if I were to cut this edge, if I were to cut that edge, and that edge. So the edges that connect the triangular sides. And if I were to just open it all up, what would this look like? So if I were to open it all up, well, at the bottom you would have your square base. Let me color that in. So you have your square base. So let me draw that. So you have your square base. This is going to be a rough drawing. And what are the dimensions there? It's 3 by 3. We know this is a square pyramid, so the base, all the sides are the same length. They give us one side, but then if this is 3 inches, then this is going to be 3 inches as well. And let me color it that same color just so we recognize that we're talking about this same base. And if we open up the triangular faces, what's it going to look like? Well, this is going to look like this. This is a rough hand drawing, but hopefully it makes sense. This is going to look like this. And each of these triangular faces, they all have the exact same area. And the reason why I know that, they all have the same base, 3, and they all have the same height, 6 inches. But I'll draw that in a second. So they all look something like this. Just hand drawing it. And all of their heights are 6 inches. So this right over here is 6 inches. This over here is 6 inches. This over here is 6 inches. And this over here is 6 inches. So to figure out how much gold foil we need, we're trying to figure out the surface area, which is really just going to be the combined area of these figures. Well, the area of this central square is pretty easy to figure out. It's 3 inches by 3 inches, so it would be 9 inches squared. Now, what are the area of the triangles? Well, we could figure out the area of one of the triangles and then multiply by 4, since there are 4 triangles. So the area of this triangle right over here, it's going to be 1/2 times our base, which is 3, times 3, times our height, which is 6. Let's see, 1/2 times 3 times 6, that's 1/2 times 18, which is equal to 9. 9 square inches, or 9 inches squared. So what's going to be our total area? Well, you have the area of your square base, plus you have the 4 sides, which each have an area of 9. So I could write it out. I could write 4 times 9, or I could write 9, do that black color, or I could write 9 plus 9 plus 9 plus 9. And just to remind ourselves, that right over there is the area of one triangular face. Triangular face. So this is all of the triangular faces. Triangular faces. And of course, we have to add that to the area of our square base. So this is 9 plus 9 times 4, or you could view this as 9 times 5, which is going to be 45 square inches. 9 plus 9 plus 9 plus 9 plus 9.